Guest referee.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I recognize that music, but we were not told that anybody was here. Is that who I think it is?
It is. It's my former broadcast partner.
The king of old school, Steve Corino.
The king of old school is here, Steve Corino. Wow.
You know, this might be the most qualified referee we've ever seen. 4-time former world champion, Steve Corino.
Former broadcast partner with me here in PWX. Good to see Steve back. He looks great. Recently married. Did you know that?
I did not. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What bad blood is what we should call this match.
Well, whenever you have partners, whenever you have former tag champs, whenever you have two guys that know each other so well.
Introducing first, soon to be making his way to the ring. He weighs in at 202 pounds. From Waco, Texas, the self-proclaimed Southern Savior, John Skyler.
As I was saying, whenever you have two guys that know each other so well, it's as much a mental match as it is a physical match. They know the capabilities each one is capable of.
Yeah, ironically, they didn't partner together all that long as tag champions as far as how many matches they both together were in, but they held those titles for several months. Jake Manning having to defend those titles by himself while John Skyler ran off to the UK. But now the Southern Savior is back home here in PWX.
The man scout, Jake Manning. I have a feeling there's probably going to be not quite so much chain wrestling in this as just good old-fashioned blows.
Well, Jake Manning demands that the rules are adhered to specifically, but maybe not tonight.
Approaching the ring from Troop 83, the man scout, Jake Manning.
I alluded to it there. Usually he brings the rule book to the ring with him to give to the referee. I doubt it's his trust of Steve Corino that prevented him from doing it this time. He just wants to get his hands on John Skyler.
Do your job, Steve.
And for good reason. Skyler costing Manning the tag belts.
Well, and as much as that, I mean, how much of my friend would you be, Bruce, if I kicked you in the face?
Well,
shut up.
Since it would improve the way I look, I'd actually be a big friend. But I get the point you're trying to say.
Now, this will be interesting because even though Jake Manning is on fire right now and is not so much concerned with the rules, it looks like.
Jake, I understand you're upset, but it was my fault. That tag team tournament a few months back, I created that. I thought you guys could be good partners. I know you guys don't like each other outside of wrestling, but when it's time to put on a great match, I knew that both of you could do that for these fans right here. If you two would have put your differences aside, you guys could have been the best tag team in PWX history. Now, I don't condone what he did because, let's face it, kind of an evil guy myself. But you two are two of the best. And I don't think you need to be all pissed off to have a great match for these people. So I want you to do it for me, Jake. Shake his hand, I ring that bell, you guys kick some ass right here in Charlotte.
Old school Steve Corino, telling it like it is.
We're underway here. He wants a handshake. This is Steve Corino's never adhered to the code of honor in his life.
Let's see if John Skyler does. Skyler looking at the audience like, you've got to be kidding me.
Shake his hand.
Yeah, shake his hand.
Do it for me, John. Come on.
Come on, oh, look at Skyler. What a jerk.
Manning saying fine. Fine, no problem. The man scout.
All right.
And the man scout might be sending out his own merit badge, so to speak.
Well, he's got his hands full. John Skyler, one of the blue chippers that I think you should be watching in the independent scene right now. Guy, like I said, just came back from a 6-week tour of England. He's starting to wrestle all over the world. You see Jake Manning frustrated. Again, a lot of bad blood between these two for only wrestling together 4 matches, I think it was, as tag title, or both winning and defending the tag titles. There's a lot of bad blood here.
Right, but again, it's about having cost someone a championship. You lose a championship, you lose money. You lose money, you lose a chance to put food on your kid's table.
That's absolutely true. So Jake Manning, besides having that revenge factor for the kick to the face, that personal attack, also costing him those championships. And you have to wonder why Skyler would do that. You have to wonder what kind of hate feels John Skyler that he'd be willing to sacrifice that himself.
Well, that's a good point, and we don't know. Perhaps we'll get a chance to learn from John Skyler. Who knows? Maybe money changed hands, or maybe some sort of backroom deal was made. Or maybe, like you said, it's just pure old-fashioned hate. Sometimes hate can drive you to do things that you would never do when you're thinking clearly.
John Skyler calls himself the Southern Savior. Quick roll up there. I don't know who he thinks he's saving. He doesn't have a whole lot of fans out here.
How good is it to see Steve Corino back in the ring, even if he's wearing referee stripes?
Oh, it's fantastic. And he needs to keep the stripes on.
Boy, he could bring it, huh? As we said, 4-time former world champion over various territories and promotions.
Of course, former ECW world heavyweight champion was Steve Corino.
And I believe, wasn't he an NWA champion?
Correct. That is correct. He's also the king of old school and a downright a-hole. But hey.
Well, he was your partner, right? Is that what you say about all your partners?
No, just that one. And I think he would agree.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. All right.
I'll probably say it about you after tonight, but that's okay. I'm teasing you, Bruce. It's great to have you here.
The man scout taking care and gets Skyler. And Skyler feeling the effects a little bit.
A little tender down there. I can't imagine why. Oh, now watch this. The strength of Jake Manning.
And his feet almost touching the roof. The ceiling, I should say.
It'd make it easier if his feet could touch the ceiling because he could hook him up on those rafters instead of having to power him up.
Oh!
20 seconds goes Jake Manning before driving John Skyler into the mat, and a quick cover here.
Now, let me ask you, holding an opponent up that long, what does that do to be up in that inverted position for that long?
Well, you know, I actually have ear problems that lead to balance problems. That prevents me from riding rides and things like that. And that's what my problem is as you get in a position for so long, you have crystals in your ear that actually settle on one side. You begin to lose all sense of up and down. And then when you're driven down into the mat, the quick cover by Jake Manning, John Skyler doesn't know whether to kick out, kick up, kick down. He's all disoriented and just trying to get out of that pinning position.
Sure, and then the other thing, of course, is the blood rushes to your head. Could make you lightheaded.
That's right. That's right. It's a tough spot to be in.
Which is why Manning did that to Skyler. Skyler, though, able to recover and putting Manning's head in, and it didn't seem to do anything except piss off Manning maybe a little bit more.
Well, if you know Jake Manning, you know he's got one of the hardest heads in all of professional wrestling. Skyler making a mistake there.
Winding up and delivers. And I'm glad I wasn't sitting over in that section because the fans that were probably got just a little bit more of a bath than they wanted.
Oh, look at Manning up and over. Oh, Skyler ran right into a right hand.
And Manning countering that. And Manning saw it coming, and Manning diving off the top rope and delivering. And Skyler down, and Skyler hurting. And Manning telling the fans, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Manning sailing off of that top rope. Sends Skyler off to the, oh, now he's looking for that pile driver. This is what he's been using recently. Look out!
Manning is flipped over by
Jake
Skyler.
Manning hard to the floor. No padding here at PWX, folks.
Absolutely not, and you hope that maybe Manning was able to deflect that just a little bit with his feet. but still, that took a lot out of them. They are now fighting on the floor, and they're exchanging chops. And Corino trying to get them back in the ring.
Well, just concrete and action right up in your face here at ringside for PWX. Corino's got his hands full.
Corino also not administering the count, which he could be doing, and whoops, Skyler takes a seat and takes a fall.
And he keeps rolling back in to break the count. Corino still admonishing him, but there's not a lot Steve Corino can do here. As long as Jake prevents the 10 count from being reached, he can stay out here just about all night.
Very interesting. The Man Scout grabbing a head of hair, which isn't probably in the rule book. Skyler maybe playing a bit of possum.
And now Steve Corino finally counting. Look out here. I'm sure neither one of these guys want this to end in a draw.
Not at all. There'd be no satisfaction in that.
Oh, now look at this. John Skyler rolls him in the ring, pulls him back out to break the count. And now Corino once again trying to get these guys back in the ring. You know, it's kind of ironic, Steve Corino being here, former ECW World Champion, and a former colleague of his, former ECW, WCW member Lodi, had a war with John Skyler just about a year ago. And now look out here, John Skyler getting ready to slingshot into the post.
Goodness. And that's a good way to separate a shoulder. Jake Manning down, Jake Manning hurt. And now Skyler trying to take advantage of it. Skyler breaking the account. Back in the ring.
And now demanding Steve Corino to get into the ring and count for him. Corino having to do it. He doesn't have any choice here.
Following the rules. And it's going to be hard for Manning to get back up. Manning, that shoulder took a beating off that metal beam.
I think he hit his head to the beam. I think that's what's taking
it was hard to tell if it was the shoulder, maybe part of the neck. Regardless, it hurts.
Oh, now sitting in a fan's lap in the front row, John Skyler teeing off on the Man Scout.
And this is ridiculous. Does Skyler not care at all about his opponent?
Of course he doesn't. He's John Skyler. John Skyler barely cares about himself.
Doesn't he have a shred of decency?
He might, but he left it in his other tights.
Manning trying to fight back. Manning giving it his all, but Skyler obviously with more power and not nearly as beaten down as Manning.
Skyler is just having his way with Jake Manning right now in that corner, pounding him down. And now mouthing off to Steve Corino. That might not be the smartest move to make. Other referees might take it, but I don't think the king of old school will take it from John Skyler.
Or from anyone else for that matter. Skyler has Manning stuck in the corner, but here comes Manning countering and chopping. And you know what? You got to give Manning credit. Manning took a beating, and he's able to somehow summon what I would just call reserves, but now Manning hard into the turnbuckle, and this could be it. Skyler the 1, the 2, and somehow Manning is able to kick out. But Manning in a world of hurt right now.
It was just a couple of minutes ago that Jake Manning was standing on the outside thinking he was going to pile drive John Skyler on the concrete. But now Jake Manning in a bad way as John Skyler cinches in that chin hook. Some competing chants here for the Man Scout and the Southern Savior.
Manning seems to have more fans.
Explosive drop kick from John Skyler.
You know, there are definitely some fans here that like, shall we say, the more aggressive wrestlers.
Recover here, Corino with the 2 count. Well, if they like aggressive wrestlers, they're going to love John Skyler, or they are loving him because aggressive is what this guy is all about.
I think John Skyler's loving John Skyler right now also. Skyler with a rear chin lock, and this goes back to what we were talking about. It's not just a rest hold. Skyler's able to kind of catch a couple breaths while putting the pressure on Manning. So Manning now has to support his weight and Skyler's weight, and it wears him down. It's a great move.
Now you see Jake Manning starting to slip here a little bit.
Do you think it's possible that he's got the arm under the carotid artery to maybe put him in the dreamline?
Here we go, Steve Corino Oh, he dropped the hand for the third time, but somehow Manning was able to get his hand back up. And now, look at that. That's Scout's honor.
Here comes
Look
the
at
Man
this.
Scout.
The Man Scout making the sign of the Scouts. Skyler just relentless, stays right on him.
I think Skyler taking advantage of the Man Scout's weakened condition, but the Man Scout able to reverse it and take Skyler to the mat. But can Manning follow up on it? That's the key right now. Manning obviously weakened.
I don't know, Steve Corino impressed. He's not a big fan of those backdrops. Now Manning dives with a clothesline, and look how Jake Manning is fired up.
Manning now on the twist. And kind of an inverted neck breaker. And almost gets a 3, but Skyler able to kick out. Skyler not yet weakened enough. A 2 count. Corino explaining it to Manning. And Skyler.
Uh-oh, look out here. Jake Manning dropping the straps.
And we know what that means.
It's time. He's calling for that pile driver. And once again, John Skyler in the perfect position. Can he get that hung pile driver hooked? Oh, and almost again he was sent over the top rope. Oh! Slingshot into the spears. John Skyler got him here as he beat the Man Scout. No.
Skyler launching himself into the midsection of Manning and taking most of the breath away from Manning. And really, it's just the incredible intestinal fortitude of Manning that got him to kick out, because you had to think Manning did not have too much breath left to be able to do much of anything.
Now, John Skyler slapping that leg. He's setting up for that super kick. That's what he beat Amanda Rodriguez with to win the title. That's what he hit Jake Manning with to cause them to lose it. Look out, Jake Manning. Oh, Manning was ready for it. Oh, but Skyler, look at him fight back.
Manning maybe playing possum.
Oh, here's his combo.
Oh, and almost got him with that combination, working on 2 body parts with 1 maneuver. And now both wrestlers are down.
Jake Manning, a flurry of offense from him, but we see all the damage he has endured from John Skyler earlier in this match is weighing on him. John Skyler taking one of Manning's best shots and still able to kick out. These two guys don't like each other. And I don't know if they're running on adrenaline or hate right now, but whatever it is, this match continues as they tee off in the middle of the ring.
And now trading shots. And Manning with hard shots. Skyler trying to match him. Smack for smack.
Oh, here we go. Is it the pile drivers that got him? Oh, Manning sends, or excuse me, Skyler sends it back into the corner. Flies in there. What's Skyler got planned? He's still looking for that super kick, I'm sure. Or slice bread number 2. He's put away many an opponent with that as well.
He's got Manning kind of trapped in the turnbuckle, and now, leaving some body parts exposed. Manning trying to fight his way out of it. Manning pushing him back. Up to the top.
Now Manning back up to the top rope. I hope he's not still dizzy from hitting that post from earlier. Oh, went for that diving headbutt, but Skyler rolled out of the way, and once again, both guys are down.
And again, it looked like Manning telegraphed that. And Skyler saw it with plenty of time to spare.
Oh, wait, what's Skyler doing?
Well,
he's in his tights. What's he got?
Why isn't the ref looking?
Oh, he's loaded his hand up.
Something in that hand.
Steve Corino saw it, though. I'm pretty sure Steve Corino saw it. He did see it.
Corino knows all the tricks.
Uh-oh! But apparently he didn't see that. A roll-up here. John Skyler. No, Corino, no!
Your winner of the bout, John Skyler.
Well, John Skyler kicked the Man Scout in the truth, and it was enough. Steve Corino had his back turned. He tried to call it down the middle, but he had to take that illegal object from John Skyler, and that was all the opening Skyler needed to win.
And Skyler taking advantage of Corino's back. Corino not seeing what Skyler did, and Skyler, it wasn't ethical, but he got the 1, 2, 3.
John
you gotta
Skyler
feel-
victorious, and what a jerk.
You got to feel bad for Jake Manning. I mean, he's been humiliated several times, and now he's on the short end of this match.
A great contest, but the Man Scout comes up just a little bit short.
And now Corino check.